Mirian is your only currency in Shadow of War, and you may have noticed that it is rather difficult to obtain in large amounts. And since this is the only way to upgrade gear, fortresses, or captains, you'll need the best way to obtain Mirian in Shadow of War. And after this video, you'll pretty much be set for the rest of your playthrough and will have little need of Mirian since you'll be loaded. But for all that, however, YouTube tells me that only 1% of you are actually subscribed. That means you should hit that big red button to stay up to date with any future videos, guides, or posts that I make. Now, let's start with the first way to make Mirian in Shadow of War.
Tell them to bring me my money.
The very first way you can get Mirian is from drops found throughout the world, and I'm referring to Mirian that is dropped by treasure orcs, found within Marauder tribe chests, as well as the Mirian dropped by orcs killed during combat with wealth gems. Another guide for gem farming in the future, but this will be the most used way of attaining Mirian, since the income of it will be almost constant using this first method. Obviously, just running around the region while looting the Marauder tribe chests, looking for treasure orcs is a great way to get Mirian in the early game. And while this is the least efficient of the methods shown in this guide, you'll want to think of this as a viable option while using some of the other methods to supplement your Mirian income. Of course, this involves a whole lot more than the other methods, but I recommend you use this to complement those methods during that time off in between each method, so that you can get the most out of your play sessions.
I accept your challenge.
After capturing your very first fortress, you will be prompted about unlocking daily and community challenges. These challenges will refresh after a certain amount of time and can be replaced if you want to change it for a different challenge. They can vary from killing a certain number of orcs in a specific way to completing online activities within a region, or just dominating orcs and growing your army. All of these challenges offer variation to the gameplay loop, giving you small goals to complete and be rewarded for it. And some of these rewards are Mirian, gems, online points, or legendary gear. But Mirian is what we're here for, so let me explain. For each challenge you will get anywhere from 1000 up to 3000 Mirian, up till the ones I've tested. And since these challenges will be relatively simple to do, you will be able to string these methods into your session. Therefore, maximizing your Mirian gain, you'll be able to get thousands of Mirian in a relatively short amount of time every session.
This is some nice steel. How about telling me who gave them to you?
Yo mama.
And the final method you can use to get Mirian rich in Shadow of War is gear, dropped by captains, rewarded by completing challenges, or looted from online chests. Every single piece of gear is guaranteed to provide you with more than 100 Mirian upon its destruction, legendary gear giving upwards to 900 Mirian per piece. And since it's relatively easy to obtain legendary gear, you will be absolutely swimming in that sweet coin. Now, you might be wondering, how do I get the most amount of gear to get the most amount of Mirian possible? Well, let me answer that question for you. I will give you two methods for getting gear. One is obviously better and more efficient than the other, but requires you to beat the main story in order to be farmed. While the other option is slower but can be done whenever you want, even if you're still doing the meanest Ethel questline. Now then, what is this first method? Simply killing every single captain on the army screen. Doesn't matter how, as long as they are all put out of commission. These captains will drop gear and provide you with plenty of opportunities to become better at the game while farming large amounts of Mirian and gear without putting too much thought into it. And if you use the two other methods listed in this video, by killing treasure orcs and completing challenges while traveling to your targets, you will keep your pockets full and your armies stocked. And when you want some more captains to fulfill your flying head quota, just advance time at any of the nearby travel points and more captains will enter the region. They'll be waiting to be picked off for their sweet and juicy gear. You could of course let yourself be killed, which will create an extra captain in addition to the ones already being added to the army screen. So it's like bonus Mirian just landed in your lap. Doing this is slower than the next method though, even if it nets you some insane profit. Some of you might be wondering, Just what exactly is this hack to become the richest warlord in gaming history? Simply put, raiding and pillaging the natives' homes and military strongholds while killing every single native in them and destroying their belongings for the creation of more coins.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Or if you don't speak Viking, sieging and defending fortresses and killing the captains and war chiefs that take part in the assaults. Not only will you be getting a ton of gear, Mirian, and XP, but using the Marauder legendary gear set with wealth gems will increase the amount of Mirian dropped by dead orcs, as well as increase the chance of drops. And since the gear set also increases your damage with each piece of Mirian you pick up, you can literally one-shot every enemy, meaning that the siege will be over quicker, and if you've beaten the story and are in the endless shadow wars, will be able to start another assault immediately, which will get you stacked on Mirian and gear that you can use or just destroy for more Mirian. Of course, you can still do online sieges, but if you're facing a cheated orc fortress, you'll be wasting your time. Whereas single player, you'll be able to finish each assault in less than 6 minutes if you know what you're doing and use a build with some of the Marauder set pieces to get the bonuses. Don't worry, I'll be making guides for both gear and builds that are must-haves for any player. Which reminds me, you should probably subscribe by hitting that big red button. Overall, this is by far the best way to get Mirian, and if you use the other two methods, you will pretty much have no need for Mirian for quite a while after just a few hours of doing this. So it's pretty much guaranteed easy Mirian. Not to mention, you will also level up a ton, making you even stronger. These methods will allow you to become the richest general in the history of Middle Earth, while ensuring you get better at the game and gain some other very useful resources like gear, gems, and XP, along with orcs should you decide to dominate the strong ones. If you're interested in more videos like this, I suggest you check out the playlist containing all my other Shadow of War guides so that you can dominate Mordor with ease. But with all that out of the way, the channel has just recently hit 50 subscribers, which was my goal to have that amount by the end of the year. So I'm happy we were able to accomplish it. And let me see here, 5 months early. Well damn, looks like I have to set a new goal for the end of the year. How about 100 subscribers by December 30th? It shouldn't be too difficult, especially with all the new content and ideas I'll be working on in the meantime. So you should probably subscribe and hit that like button so you can be a part of it. Thanks again for watching the video, and I hope you found this information to be useful, and as always, have a good one. Bye.